Hello and welcome. My name is Kim Carlton. I'm an academic officer with Teacher-Created Materials. I have 20 years in education as a classroom teacher, an instructional coach, a curriculum director, and now I travel the country teaching educators. Today we're going to talk to you about how to use your Kids Learn resource with the child in your life. This is a Texas edition, so your cover may look a little bit different. You might have received your copy of Kids Learn from your school or district, or as part of the TCM take-home backpack. Today, our video will focus on tips and tricks for making the use of this product easier with the child in your life. Whether you are using Kids Learn as a summer resource, a resource to support a break from traditional schooling, or as part of the TCM take-home backpacks, Kids Learn is an easy-to-use resource to support learning from home. Let's get started looking at a few of the features. There are a number of pages to help you as parents and caregivers get started with learning from home. On page 4, you will find a welcome letter with helpful tips for setting up daily learning time to support your students as they work through the materials. Think about setting aside a specific time and place each day for students to work on their assignments. Keep the pacing flexible. Students should work on about 1 language arts and 1 mathematics page per day. As with all of the sessions, keep the interactions with your child positive and constructive. If your child gets frustrated, set the book aside and you can find time to work on it a little later in the day. The Kids Learn front material also includes the top 10 things that your child will need to know for their grade level. As there are endless numbers of items that kids can learn every day, it's sometimes helpful to keep in mind and remember the big things that they will need to be a prepared student for the fall. This list helps keep you focused on the big skills and key ideas to always return back to. An additional feature includes a list of things to do at home to extend your learning into a multitude of everyday activities. Ways to practice reading, mathematics, and writing in your daily lives. Teachers call these teachable moments, and these are ways to reinforce key skills in real hands-on learning opportunities. And finally, the front copy of your Kids Learn contains suggested reading titles for your child's grade level that you or the child in your life can read together as a shared reading or that they can work to read on their own. You also have a helpful reading log to turn reading into a game. Now let's take a closer look at the student pages inside your copy of Kids Learn. Remember, the activities in Kids Learn are intended to be done with a minimal amount of adult support. Maybe you work by reading the instructions to your child or practice the first item together. Teachers call that modeling. It's an important step in helping students become independent learners. Let's take a look at what's inside those student pages. Let's start by taking a look at the weekly activities for students. The first place you should begin is the table of contents. You will notice that there are activities to cover 6 weeks of instruction for your child. There are 11 activities for each week of instruction. Each week includes activities for mathematics and for language arts. One recommendation for pacing these activities would be to have students do 1 math and 1 language arts assignment per day. The 11th assignment is a writing activity. A writing activity might be something that a student works on over several days. They may start by brainstorming and then spend some time doing some research. They can then draft, revise, edit, and share their writing over the course of the week. Each week follows a similar model with math, language arts, and writing activities for each day of instruction. One final student-facing feature as part of Kids Learn in grades 3 through 8 are the assessment practice guides. There is one assessment for language arts and another for mathematics. These assessments are intended to prepare students for more formal or state assessments. They would likely be done near the end of your work with the Kids Learn activities in the series. Thank you so much for joining us today as we learned how to use Kids Learn with the kids in your life. Good luck.